Thank you, thank you. What an exciting opportunity it is to be able to lead West Virginia to come down to South Florida and to Miami in a historic Orange Bowl. I grew up watching, you know, obviously many games and many Orange Bowl games, and I never thought I'd be at this place right now experiencing it. But when I did look back on it, and I thought, what would it be like? This is pretty much exactly what I thought it would be like. You got great weather, you got a lot of exciting people, you got palm trees, you got water in the background, you got a couple of pretty good things that are, we're good? Okay. That are, I think, two teams that are pretty exciting, and the one thing about it is that both teams are going to want to be here, and both teams are going to want to show their best. We've got a lot of kids from South Florida, a lot of kids from Florida in general that will be really excited about being able to line up and play a game in front of a national TV audience that will go from the West Coast to the East Coast. So on behalf of West Virginia, we appreciate the invite, and we appreciate to be able to spend a week with y'all here in Miami. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Okay, thank you. It's an honor to be here with you tonight and represent the ACC. This has been an awesome year for us. Awful proud of our staff and our team. And at the beginning of the season, on our opening night, the team walked in, and I simply had two numbers on the board: 20/30. And what that meant was it's been 20 years since Clemson has won the ACC championship. And it's been 30 years since Clemson had been to the Orange Bowl. And I just said, guys, it's been long enough. And I'm just thankful that they did what it took to get here. I promise you, as Dana just said, both teams are going to be thrilled to have this experience. I'm thankful to be back. Had the opportunity to come to this bowl in 1999 as an assistant. I've been to the Sugar Bowls and the Fiesta Bowls, and this is the one I've always wanted to get back to. And they got everything down here and at the Discover Orange Bowl. Looking forward to being a part of it, bringing my family. And I know it's going to be an exciting game. This is two great teams that have a lot of similarities, to be honest with you. So it should be a fun night in South Florida. God bless all of you, and hope y'all enjoy your evening. Thank you.
You have 20 Floridians on your roster, including 12 from Southeast Florida, 6 starters. You got a handful of kids from Miramar High School, which is a school that we've covered here in South Florida, being a sportscaster, a lot of talent. What is it about this area, and how significant is it for you to be here with this football team, knowing the way you've recruited in this area? We got it up? Hold on one second, Coach. Let me make sure we got this thing up.
Hello.
You got it? There you go, Coach.
Hello. Okay.
You got it.
First and foremost, you know, just the fact that it is the Orange Bowl and it's a bowl championship serious game is going to give it national appeal. So you're going to have guys on the West Coast watching this just as much as you're going to have guys on the East Coast watching this. And to be able to spend a whole week down here is special for not only our 20 kids that are from the state, but it's also essential when it comes to a recruiting aspect. Yeah. And bowl games are a reward, and we were able to win 3 games at the end of the year, which were a very challenging situation. But in the back of our minds, and I guarantee you, it was one of the main reasons why we ended up winning those 3 games is because we did have about 20 guys that wanted to come home and play a game.
Yeah, they certainly get that opportunity. We'll talk about that tough stretch too. But Coach Swinney, I wanted to ask you. Look, you had this great start to the season. You went through a little tough stretch, started playing better football, but I don't think a lot of people nationally thought that you would beat Virginia Tech twice in that second matchup in the ACC title game. I know you believed, but how'd your team do it?
Well, we got back to playing, you know, our type of football, taking care of the ball. We didn't turn it over. We created 3 turnovers. We played great in special teams. We got the explosive play, you know, back in our offense. Our quarterback played at a high level, and we really put it all together with an outstanding performance by our defense. So, and that's what it was going to take. You know, we were going to have to put 4 good quarters together. It's not easy to beat a team twice, especially a team of Virginia Tech's caliber. And but you know what? It's all about postseason at this point. You know, we had a couple of tough weeks there, but we had a great year. And you know, this team bought into playing. Listen, the best 4 quarters, being accountable to one another, and you know, they believed they could do it, and they earned it on the field, and that's why we're here.
Coach Holgorsen, I mentioned the stat earlier, coming to the Orange Bowl as a first-year head coach. Doesn't happen very often. I mean, you could be humble about it and say, hey, you know, my kids did a great job, but I'm assuming it has to be very special for you getting this opportunity and being in this football game right off the bat in year one.
Yeah, hey, our players played well.
There you go. That's what coach. That's a coach. That's a great coach right there. Give it to the players.
I give all the credit to our coaches and players for you know, sticking together, and we, you know, everybody has setbacks, and we had a setback about a month ago, and just got the guys together and said, look, man, what we got to do is just keep playing, regardless of what happens. We just got to keep playing, and throughout the course of those 3 games. Again, adversity hit, which adversity hits in every football game that you play in, no matter what. And to have a bunch of guys that didn't fold their tent and go home is something that I'm proud of as a head coach, because they did hang in there and win games that they needed to. And we won in different ways. Sometimes it was offense, sometimes it was defense, and sometimes it was special teams.
I know, Coach, you don't like to always highlight just particular guys. It's a team effort, but there are a couple of guys in particular in your offense, your quarterback, Taj Boyd, wide receiver, Sammy Watkins, that literally were in every highlight reel this week. You know, during Saturdays in college football season, those are 2 names you heard about. What makes those 2 young men so special as football players, and what do they do on offense for you?
Well, Taj, you know, we kind of go as he goes, but he's a very bright young quarterback, has a tremendous skill set for the position, but he's got those great intangibles, you know, that make those guys with talent great. You know, he loves the film room. He's a natural leader. He's got great football instincts, and you know, he's also effective running the football. You know, he was a big factor for us last Saturday night, you know, running the ball, and so that's a big part of his game as well. But can make all the throws. And then Sammy Watkins is, you know, I've never had a freshman like him. He's very talented, and I've had other freshmen probably as talented, but never any with the whole package like he has. The ability to absorb a playbook, his technique, his fundamentals, his toughness, his maturity, just really off the charts. And you know, really proud of the year that both of those guys have had. Taj, both of them first team all-conference, and in their first years as starters for both of them. So
pretty good stuff.
Special year.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Special year for both these football programs. Final questions for each. I saved the real tough one for last. How do you beat this guy's team? How do you get it done?
Well, you start with tackling those 2 guys that he just talked about. I don't think I've seen a faster football player in quite a while than Sammy Watkins. And then you know, we talked about the similarities in both our quarterbacks earlier. But you know, anytime you play in a game of this magnitude, it's going to be a hard game to win, and that's just because it's a competitive situation. And college football in today's day and time is extremely competitive. So you got to take care of the football. You got to move the ball offensively, and then obviously when you get a chance to get off the field on defense, you better get off the field.
I wanted to mention too, I don't want to leave out your quarterback, the job he did for Miramar, and he's a kid that I showed in the highlights every week in high school, and it turned into a heck of a football player for you, Geno Smith.
Yeah, he's playing well. It means a lot to him. If you don't have a guy at that position that it means a lot to and are willing to do a lot of extra work, then you're probably not going to be very good on offense. So it means a lot to him, and he gets up every day and tries to get better.
You've been in this bowl before. You know what this is like here, what it's to be here in South Florida. What's the message to your kids to make sure, hey, this isn't coming to South Beach to have a good time and just party? You want to take it all in, obviously, but you've got a great football team to play in West Virginia.
Well, there's no question. I mean, you know, we're coming to win, just like they're going to come to win, and but it is a reward.
Yeah.
And I think that you have to do a good job of you know, when it's time to work, let's work, and make sure that they're focused in. But you want them to enjoy the bowl festivities, and we'll certainly allow them to do that. And you kind of, you know, taper your week as you go and get them ready for kickoff. But, you know, listen, this is their 13th game, and it'll be our 14th game. You know, we are who we are.
Yeah.
They've got to do what they do well. We've got to do what we do well. And you know, this in a game of this magnitude, it's always you know, the team that makes the most mistakes. You know, and you know, or turns the ball over or something. Those are the things that kind of doom you. And so, you know, we got to take care of the ball. We got to do a great job of their offense. They distribute the ball very well. They got a couple of 1,000-yard receivers, a great quarterback, and it's going to be a big challenge, no doubt.
Well, I know that life never stops for a head coach between coaching, recruiting, all that stuff, so we appreciate your time tonight, everyone. Warm round of applause. We'll see you in late January, and then, of course, for the big game in December. Coach Swinney, Coach Holgorsen, safe trip back. It's very good to see you, and we'll see you at the Discover Orange Bowl. Thank you so much.